Okay, Taurus, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? All right, we're gonna work on. I'm gonna do the 26th and go through those aspects for the day. It's already started, and then I'll do another video that for the 27th. So I'm doing them day by day. Okay. Um. All right. So if you're ready, we will go ahead and move on over to um the astrology part. Okay, Taurus. First thing we're going to start out with here with is the moon that is in your house. So, excuse me. So with the moon being in Taurus, it's exalted here. Um, and what I mean by exalted is where the energy is pure and elevated to the level of perfection. That a sign complements where the planet's energy is positive. Okay, so it's really positive here. It's good. So it's could be for expansion and growth. You could get gains here as well. In this, there could be some sudden changes coming as well. This is right now in a quincunx over to your sixth house, so it could be something that's coming around from the past. With Venus being attached to the south node, there could be gains here for you, for yourself, because the first house is of the self, something you're trying to deal with, uh, changing, maybe a sudden change you've made to yourself. Maybe you've learned some lessons from something here. In when it comes to with Venus, you are ruled by Venus, and Venus is opposite right now. It where is I would say its rulership is Libra, so it's not really it's something in relationship in love. Okay, it's your capacity to love, uh, and your values. Um, the sign itself shows your attitude and needs in love. So you're needing something from a partner, or the energies are what they call quincunx here. That's the little dotted brown line that you can see there from the moon over to Venus. But there's a sudden change that you've made where it's time for you to value yourself in relationships. And maybe not, if you're not receiving and you're giving more than you're receiving, because there could be in some partnerships or relationships or something here where they're always needing from you, but are you getting the same back? And this is where you need to ask yourself, this is where you really need to get that perfect, clear illumination, enlightenment, because air and earth is not, it's kind of like you got to focus on something here, especially when it comes to that eighth house as well, because the sun being there. You need to be able to see something here from the other person, or something's coming to light. You might need to, I would say, you might need to watch their actions as well, um, toward you. Something may become very clear about this. Do they eh, do they really focus on? Do they have the same feelings that maybe you have? Do they Are they driven for the same goals, the same aspirations? Are you more dedicated or devoted than they are? This is where you really need to look at something here of your friends, uh, your associates, social groups, and these sort of things, um, and see if you share the same ideals. Spend more time with maybe uh, like-minded people, and you can see then, is the other person desiring you as much as you desire them. Okay? Because I'm seeing something here just don't look right. So whatever, there's a sudden change here, a sudden change, and in you've changed. This could be good, really good. You're maybe holding true to your values, and that would be really a good thing. Now, we do have where the moon is in this conjunction with Uranus that is creating this sudden change because of the energies from Venus over in Libra. There could be something here with work in the past. Maybe you're working with other people. Do they share the same mindset like you? Are they very similar in their interests? Are you working with people that are, or in groups where they're going after the same goal? And usually, if it has to do with work, which I don't see anything in your work house right now, but that doesn't mean there's nothing going on there, because there could be a sudden change in the work, because the two planets, the older ruler is Saturn, is in Pisces. So, there could be a limit to the amount of people that you're working with with the same ideals, the same goals. So I would be cautious with that. Make sure you make sure everybody's on the same page. Kind of get a clear understanding there. These are the limits that we need to do. This is what's got to be done. And there's going to be a sudden change here. Because you really need to look at something here very clearly and make sure that everybody is on the same page. Because if you're trying to work against time and something here is very important that needs to be done, and in order to maybe gain a bonus here that you can gain in resources here, okay? You want to make sure that whatever's going on is going to benefit for the future and not create more limits or restrictions in some way, or an inner social conflict somewhere here for the future. Okay? Next thing we're going to go over to is going to be the moon, still sitting here, and it's in the quincunx with Mercury here. Now, Mercury is in opposition to its house or to its sign. So it's not exalted over here. It's in what we call a detriment when it's in opposition to it. So it's the thoughts or the faith in something here, the belief of something here can be weak, can be negative or repressed in some way. This is your second house. This deals with your thinking on those values that you have. Don't lower your standards because of what you may be seeing or what might be becoming illuminated to you in past actions. Still keep with your values here. Or with your possessions as well. Just don't loan them out to anybody and everybody. I'd say that. If you do, make sure you know who you loan and stuff to. I mean, I don't feel like most Tauruses are ones that kind of loan stuff out, because they're very kind of possessive over those possessions. They value them and treasure them very highly, and they know they have to take care of things. So that's another thing you want to be real careful about in that. So I think right now is, just don't let yourself get caught up too much in your emotions, because we are going into the full moon and it will be in your second house. So it will be, the mind over the heart. And right now with you're uncertain in this eighth house, and this is where you sign contracts, or you where there could be death and regeneration, rebirth, in that area of the house. But it could be something of, um, with your faith, your belief systems, your philosophies. Something could change here, but with don't let yourself be swayed too much, because you let Mercury get out of, because your mind's going to change. Because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. It later on, it's going to move into Capricorn, where that is about, that area of, getting good, concrete, grounded thoughts, and it's going to go retrograde and move back into Aquarius. So, during this time, I wouldn't be so apt to really change something so quickly. All right. I would say whatever it is, your faith and your belief in something, kind of step back. I would say don't make any major decisions until after the first of the year. We got the holidays coming up and all this, so um, don't just jump into anything right now with this, especially because the energies are so unstable here. And as the moon gets into that full moon, it will be more intense emotionally, spiritually. All right, now the next thing we've got going on here, I do want to go back to this a minute, because I forgot to show you what I'm seeing here. Okay, you want to be stubborn now. Okay. All right, now we got what we call a yod. A yod is the finger of God, okay? And what it is these two energies that has to deal with Venus and it has to deal with Mercury, okay? And what they're doing is these two energies are sextiling. And when the energies are sextiling, what they're doing is showing opportunities for productivity and success. But there's got to, if your mental attitude is being activated. And where is your mental attitude at? It's over here. Uh-oh. It's over here in, I don't know why that thing scrolls. It shouldn't be doing that. But it's over here in Sagittarius, where it's at a detriment. So that's why I'm saying it's not really good to kind of make a decision right now. And you must, with the mental attitude, you're going to have to activate your mind and really let something come out and shown, because these two energies are really, the focus is right here in your emotions. And right now, with the quincunx to Mercury and the quincunx here, these energies show that there's got to be some decisions made here and adjustments needed between them. And it involves for you to have the courage, which I know you do, to step up and make a decision. But make sure you know everything before you make that decision. Or if you have to say, I'm not prepared to make a decision right now. Especially when it comes to something here that you're working on. You want to get something done. With the sixth house, that could be about your health. Don't put off things on your health. And it's also that willingness and devotion for improvement. And also really take the time to have that self, analysis and discipline in your habits. Get more structure here in your life, and you'll do a lot better. And it will help clear the mind as well. Some things you may have to just, kind of let go of in a way, because Libra wants that balance. It wants to be fair. You want to be fair about things. And we also have the yod that's dealing with the moon to Neptune. Now, Neptune's retrograde. And anytime, I always want to embrace retrogrades because it gives us a chance to reassess something, reevaluate something, re-look at what our goals, our plans, our aspirations that we want to go toward. And it could be something here in the past that has to deal with your health, has to deal with your work, and your willingness to be devoted into something to improve, for improvements, to improve you and how you feel. Sometimes you got to stand up and take a stand. These, again, you got to activate the mind, and right now it may be weak, and you're uncertain about things. So, just take the time to say, okay, what is it I really aspire here to? What are my plans? What are my goals? And what is it I'm going to really want to dedicate myself to? What am I willing to be of service in some way and have devotion to it? So you may have to be questioning these things. Now, this is going to continue on. These yods will, but that I just showed you, but what's going to be thrown in here too is a trapezoid. Where's a trap being set here? All right? Because we have the moon that is in an opposition to I'm sorry, it's not I don't know why I keep wanting to think that's an opposition over there. The moon is in a trine. So you might get creative, have this creative self-expression. It brings ease and comfort so that it can be missed. So be cautious there that you're not missing anything in that being productive, or don't let something that comes to light pass you by. It could be a vision, it could be an insight to something here that has changed. Because remember, Pluto is that energy of where it's compulsive forces. It's unconscious nature that brings about great transformation. Whenever you got the opportunity to be creative and change something here, don't miss the opportunity, okay? And it's also the ability to organize and deal with society. It's about power. It's like taking back your power. And don't miss the opportunities in your being productive to have that vision to make the changes in a creative way. If the opportunity presents itself, boom, take it. Okay? Because it's showing a trine here. You have the moon that is sextiling what your aspirations and goals and plans are. And they're at the same degree. So I feel like the divine is really giving you a purpose here to take that change, to make that transformation, to end old cycles, take back your power. Be kind of creative about it. I mean, like I said, you can be very productive and improve yourself in a great way. And also, this is dealing with the sextile over to Mars. You have to not let your mind get lazy and not let it see, because remember, the mind's eye. It's a visual. Your eyes are in your head. It's, everything's up there in the head part, and Mercury's there in the head. And don't get complacent. Don't get, don't miss these opportunities that are coming for you to take the action to do something here. Have faith. Have faith that you can be driven here to really turn your life around in a good way. Okay? Don't let yourself get, like I'm saying, don't let yourself, that trapezoid, it's like Don't let yourself get trapped in a void. Get out of it. Pull yourself out of it. Whatever it is, you can do it. You can do it. Okay, let's go on to the next aspect we have, which is Venus in Libra, and it's in that quincunx to Neptune. Okay. I'm sorry, it's in a quincunx to Uranus. What the heck am I thinking? These both are at the same degrees, but they're opposition in others. So there's something with these two energies of a sudden change that you want to make. You're ruled by Venus as well, but you want it to be fair and balanced. So reassess those sudden changes that have come about. Use them to your advantage. Look at them as an opportunity here to improve on something in your life here. Again, the yodes are still there. The trapezoid's still there at this time. So let it work for you. The next thing we have here is we have a T-square. We got the moon in your sign, getting ready to leave. There is something here about a cycle ending for sure. All right. Because the moon is at 24 degrees. I'm 28 degrees, 24 minutes in, and so is Pluto. And you see that there's this trine here. But there's a T-square. There could be something here where you're limiting yourself in doing something here because of uncertainty. You may be a little overly cautious, which I wouldn't say is not uncommon for a Taurus, to make a sudden change about oneself, being a little on the radical side. Again, Saturn is putting out these squares. There could be stumbling blocks here because the energy is so intense, and you may be a little. Sorry, I keep hitting the mic. You may be a little nervous here to take some sort of action because of your mind not really sure. Should I do this or should I not do it? But I'm telling you, Divine's got your back. Divine's just saying be a little more creative. Get out of the negative thoughts. Don't let yourself get trapped in them because you may be missing an opportunity here. Don't just say, well, I'm not certain, I'm a little nervous, to make this sudden change. Well, you got to take back your power. Don't give up the opportunity to see something here. Be more creative in your expressions. And don't miss where there's a vision or an insight here to be creative. Don't be too afraid. Also, we have the T-square with Mars in Saturn. Saturn to Mars and Saturn to the moon. You're afraid to do something here. You're restricting yourself or limiting yourself. Don't be. Be the one that jumps ahead. Put yourself out there. Again, we got the trapezoid here. Same thing. And it's still lingering there. You don't want to get stuck in this void. You got to step out of that void. You got to take your power back. And if you see the opportunity, go for it. The next thing we have is now we have the moon that is now ingressed into Gemini. Okay? And the T-squares are still there. So now, the spirit could be telling you something. Your heart's trying to tell you something. Don't be afraid. Don't fear what is not known. Because you've got those squares still there. And also with Gemini now moving into there, yes, there is the opposition because this energy is going to be so intense. And I still feel like you're afraid. The T-squares are there. You can see them just as plain as day. I was showing them to you. I feel like this is more than fear because of because of Mercury. Feeling kind of repressed, weak, negative thinking. Get out of that. You're getting yourself caught into that trapezoid, or that trapezoid, I call. Stay away from it. Next thing we've got here, as the evening goes on, it moves at 1 degree, the moon does, and now Mercury is at 2422, and it is trying the North Node retrograde. This is something that can be really very good for your future if you take a negative and turn it around into a positive. Trust and have faith in you. Don't let other people, because this is often the we. You make the decision. Don't let others make you feel in doubt of what you aspire to, or what you want to accomplish, what goals, what plans you have. Because remember, you want that growth. You want that potential. Because you do have a sextile from right here with that Vista, and Vista is that keeper of the spiritual flame. It represents the sacred feminine creative energy that allows you to dedicate yourself to your aspirations, to your plans, your goals. Don't be afraid to take that leap, that faith. And the ascending is there with Chiron. You know, if you fall, pick yourself back up and keep going. Because this could be something really good for your future. The next aspect we have here is the moon now. Oh, did that go? Yeah. We have the moon in opposition to Mars. To me, it's like there's a fear here of doing something, of initiating something. Again, like I said, the T-squares are still there. So you really need to step up and make something good for you. Okay? Care about you. So we're going to go on over into the reading now. I don't know what that was. Okay. All right. Remember, all this is for Taurus, Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising. Oops. All right, let's see what we got here. What is the situation overall? What are you trying to do here, Taurus? What is the situation, Taurus? See? You got 9 of Swords. What are you worried about? You're stressing. That is that Mercury energy. You feel mentally weak, like you can't do anything here. You're stressing over something. What's on your mind, Taurus? Huh? What you worried about? What's bugging you? Something ending? Not getting something you want, something you value, something you're seeing something here. Let's see. Clarify this 9 of Swords. Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising. All right. One more. One more. That is definitely Gemini energy. You fear something here. Your overall energy here is strength and courage. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You have the divine here, like I said. Got your back. We got, let me slide that over. Getting in my light. We have the Aries energy here, the Emperor. This is definitely, like I said, Gemini energy. There's something you really fearing here, or you're worried or stressing over. And you got to get your power back. This is control. We've got Justice here, Venus energy, Libra energy, and also the Queen of Swords here. Um, all right, let's see what's going on here. Talking about with that Queen of Swords, we're talking about emotions and air, thoughts, communication. I believe that's the Venus in you. You may be open to communication, or could be an ideal. It's like, hey, let me hear your ideal. I mean, don't be stealing anybody else's ideals. I'm not gonna say that. Don't claim it as your own. That's for sure. That's a no. We all know that. But there's something here. Definitely Libra energy. We also have the sword here, the sword there. It's something about the scales. Things being balanced, fair. Taurus, I want to say, you've got to take your power back here. You really, really do. And the divine has got your back. Let's see what this is with this Emperor here. You're really worried about something here for the future. That Queen of Pentacles. Capricorn energy. Right there where Pluto is. In your 9th house. And the midheavens there. So that's telling me that, hey, with this, divine's got your back. It does. But you've got to step up. You've got to be creative. You've got to make a conscious decision here that I'm going to take my power back. I'll know the direction I want to go. Let's see what this this energy is here with the Justice. Sometimes you got to get a little creative. Have insight too. Know what's restricting you, what's limiting you. See, this is going to come out okay. You got the sun here. You walk through the sunlight here. You walk in the light. Don't